I'm not a girl, but I put on makeup to be fitted. Fitted inside these emotions, it's like a drug I can't quit it. And I'm hiding in my own background, which is hard to see, like a car is tinted. I run to these professional doctors so they can crack the code and get it or get me out of this fear that feels like eternity. But they did it wrong. They tried to make me realize a reality that wasn't true. These false facts they try to cram into my head. These 6 to 8 pills they try to feed me before I go to bed. This film of heart they try to add on the lies of how I would never heal, but my very existence would end up to die. That hit me pretty hard, and I began to cry, wondering how much more can I take of these lies? They never did crack my heart. They said it was too hard to find. So now I'm here sitting at the asylum prison looking stupid, saying to myself, when is somebody going to find Cupid so they can take his arrows and shoot me in this world, in the world and behind? So somebody could care just an inch to pick up a pen and sign me out of this hellhole place, which the doctors try to make my face. So now I'm here sitting in the mirror, looking at the mirror, with my imaginary pen and paper saying, dear, like, dear, but who was there to write to? So now I'm here sitting scared, waiting for a breakthrough. And there was none, until I found the makeup. I reached over to this bag that I'd never seen before. I got so excited that I dumped it on the floor, and this bag was big with memories that was not so hot. So I started thinking crazy stuff, and I could not stop. So I ran to the sink and I pulled out the pills. Took a few, and I sat there, and I chilled, and I was still thinking these crazy thoughts. It was as annoying as a moth trying to get inside of a light. This thoughts kept coming and coming, and all I was doing was running and running until finally I said no. I took a stand, and I said no, and I said I could not take this anymore. So I ran to the sink, and I pulled out the needle and the razor, and I started to stab myself with the needle as fast as a laser, and I realized that I was still alive. So next I grabbed the razor and started to slit my wrist. As I got closer to my elbow, I began to kiss my life away as I seen it fade, as the blood was running like the lake, and all I could see now was a bright light that was running a full flat trying to get to me. I realized but I tried to turn back, and something said it was too late for that. So now I'm saying, God, please help me, but where was I when he was asking for me to give him the key to my heart? So now I'm saying to myself, saying that I'm going to screw up, thinking about the good times I had with my mother, but nature took its course and death is my chauffeur. Damn. Chauffeur. So now I'm about to get in the car with death. And just before he put me in my seatbelt, just before he finished in that clip, and just before it was all over, I felt something tugging on my shirt. To the surprise of me returning back to earth, I jumped out the bed and I said, I can breathe. And then a sweet quiet voice said, Abraham, it's time for you to leave, man. The next thing he said was, I want you to tell everybody your testimony about how God saved you. The next thing he said was, pick up your things. I didn't hesitate a bit because I did not want to be in his ring. He said he would fight all my battles and all I had to do was say his name. So I said Jesus, and the battle was instantly won. So now as I'm walking through the double doors of my rage, and as I didn't even look back as I shut my case, this excitement of my life has finally came out. And now I'm telling you all what Jesus is all about.